Jai.
Holiness Vedavyasapriya
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1st, chapter number 5, and text number 5. Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam's instructions are come at a very when you do not have any answer for any satisfactory living in the material world, struggle, hard struggle for existence is there. So, given the compiler of all the Vedic literatures so far, could not find any satisfaction, and therefore the confusion was there. There was no clarity for what a person must do, including the author himself and his spiritual master Nātmā immediately found out the pulse where it was working. So his question was that, are you satisfied by whatever you have compiled so far, which was pertaining to the material world and sanctification, even though through religious method? That was a very sarcastic question. But still, Narada wanted to bring out where it really hurts, right from the mouth of Śrī Vyāsadeva. So, Vyāsadeva has to respond to the Guru's question. So, Vyāsa uvāca,
Vyāsa uvāca,
asty me sarvam idam tvayoktaṁ,
asti me sarvam idam tvayā,
tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate,
tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate, tan-mūlam avyaktam agādha-bodhaṁ,
pṛcchāmahe ātma-bhava-bhūtam,
pṛcchāmahe tvātma-bhavātam ātma-bhūtam.
Vyāsa
Vyāsa uvāca,
asty me sarvam idam tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate
tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate,
avyaktam agādha-bodhaṁ,
tan-mūlam avyaktam agādha-bodham,
pṛcchāmahe
pṛcchāmahe tvātma-bhavātma-bhūtam.
Vyāsa
uvāca,
asty me sarvam idam
uktam,
tathāpi nātmā
parituṣyate, tan-mūlam avyaktam agādha-bodham, pṛcchāmahe tvātma-bhavātma-bhūtam. Asty me sarvam idam tvayoktaṁ, tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate, tan-mūlam avyaktam agādha-bodham, pṛcchāmahe ātma-bhava-bhūtam. Vyāsa uvāca, asty me sarvam idam tyaktam,
asti me sarvam idam tyaktam,
tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate me,
tathāpi nātmā parituṣyate me,
tan-mūlam avyaktam agādha-bodham, pṛcchāmahe tvātma-bhavātma-bhūtam.
Vyāsa uvāca.
Vyāsa uvāca.
Vyāsa said.
Vyāsa said. Asti. There is. Eva. Certainly. May. Sarvam. All. Idam. This. Tvayā. Uktam. Utter.
tathāpi,
and yet
na, ātma,
parituṣyate, specify, unto me, tat, of which, mūlam, avyaktam, undetected, agādha-bodhaṁ, man of unlimited knowledge, pṛcchāmahe, to inquire, unto you, ātma-bhava, self-born, ātma-bhūtam, offspring.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Vyāsadeva.
Jai.
Śrī Vyāsadeva said, all you have said about me is perfectly correct. Despite all this, I am not pacifying. I therefore question you about the root cause of my dissatisfaction, for you are a man of unlimited knowledge due to your being the offspring of one Brahma who is self-born without mundane father and mother. In the material world, everyone is engrossed with the idea of identifying the body or the mind with the self. As such, all knowledge disseminated in the material world is related to either with the body or with the mind, and that is the root cause of all despondencies. This is not always detected, even though one may be a great erudite scholar in material knowledge. It is good, therefore, to approach a personality like Narad to solve the root cause of all despondencies. Why Narad should be approached is explained below. Om Vyāsa
Śrī Gurave Namo
Śrī Chaitanya
Namaste Pacitam Jena Bhutale Śrī Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Sahodantikam Vandeham Śrī Guru Navishma Vamsha Śrī Rupam Sadhupajatam Sadharana Raghunatham Vidantam Sahivam Advaitam Sabodhitam Puritana Shaitam Śrī Vishnu Chaitanya Devam Śrī Radha Krishna Padam Savanadita Śrī Vishakam Vitam Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopalakanta Radha Samudite Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivāsa Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the error detection by Narada Muni by questioning him. And Vyāsadeva admits what you have said is correct, but still then the satisfaction or pacification of the resolution of the problem has not yet come into my mind or self. So, in other words, even though there are material problems, but the solution is only spiritual. And therefore, we may not be satisfied till we receive spiritual solution. So here, Vyāsadeva is indicating Yayatmasu prasidate, by which one can be satisfied. Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti rutapshade ahayati apratihata. Yayatmasu prasidate, by which the self-will prasidate is satisfied. That paro dharma is to be executed for the satisfaction of the Supreme. So two things are there which are not yet clear, and we cannot find in the Vedas also, because after all this compilation for the benefit of common people, one went into 4 and then 108 Upanishads, which are correlated to the Vedic version, because every Veda, every chapter there is an Upanishad, which is supposed to be said to be some secret, and it should be learned from the spiritual master. So you have to sit near him personally and get advice on that particular interest. But this is still material in nature. So, adherence to the religious code and conduct is not the answer. Adherence to the religious code and conduct, because it differs from different standards. Standards differ. And that cannot be a common denominator, because in Christianity, say, for example, there are certain standards of atonement. You just atone every Saturday in front of the priest, get some wine and wafer, and then come out as if you are clean. Right? So, that is a ritualistic ceremony, and that was the great question of Parituṣyate also coming into this. That despite we are committing mistakes and getting atonement, and yet we are not satisfied, we are not properly cleansing ourselves. And therefore, what would be the real remedy? And so therefore Swami answers that by putting one word into it. That's called pṛcchāmahe, means the methods of atonement. And despite doing various pṛcchāmahe for atoning for a particular wrong, that's not enough. But the pṛcchāmahe that cleanses the soul and brings it to its natural occupation. That is called pṛcchāmahe vimarsana. Pṛcchāmahe vimarsana. Vimarsana, cleansing, over and over again. That is also recognized by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during Gundisha March. He was not satisfied in cleansing where the Lord has to sit. So similarly, even holy name is the only one, but then we have to repeatedly apply holy name to cleanse the heart. That is straight to the Brahmacharya. It's not that once cleaning is good enough. Oh, you can see better, that's why it is tolerable. You should be satisfied. No, satisfaction will never come. So, it's good that Vyāsadeva was stuck at this particular point, and therefore he questions Narada Muni about the root cause of my dissatisfaction. And for you are a man of unlimited knowledge, due to your being the offspring of one Brahma who is self-born and without mundane father or mother. Swayambhu, Brahma is Swayambhu. But he is the first living entity. He is not coming voluntarily. Srila Prabhupada said, every one of us have to go through that position of Brahma. Because the first birth is Brahma. You want to separate out, you do not need father, you do not need mother. Where would you go? You are given such a high position. And the lotus, which is springing out from the level of Garbha-tradition. So apparently he doesn't have father, doesn't have mother. But because they are there through spiritual realization. Because there are so many Brahmanas. In one universe there is one Brahma, but there are so many universes. Even being self-born, and he was the recipient, he was imparted the conclusion of the Vedic knowledge from the heart of Lord Krishna, with Samyak Shakti, the Mother Saraswati, and that also came out to the fruit of Lord Krishna and entered into 8-year-olds. So then she was established in the heart of God. That he was given the conclusion. And Narada Muni is the first offspring after Chatushkumar. Otherwise, Narada Muni doesn't have any birth, but Narada was the recipient of the knowledge. Therefore, he is called the first offspring of Brahma. In the disciplic succession, Chatushkumar are there, but they were independent by their own progress of tapasya. They received direct knowledge from the Lord. Brahma received also from the Lord. Similarly, Lakshmi and Lord Shiva also received. So, here the word is agādha-bodhaṁ. Agādha means very deep, cannot be searching out the bottom of it. It is so deep. Bodhaṁ means realized knowledge. So realized knowledge has to be disseminated. It is called ātma-bhava. Ātma-bhava means instructions of realized knowledge. So Vyāsadeva is requesting, Narada Muni, you are a man of unlimited knowledge due to your being the offspring of Brahma. So that is how inheritance of realized knowledge comes. And it does not change anything. And there is still, at the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, it is satisfying to hundreds of thousands of jivas. Because opportunity is given to cleanse our heart and apply it. So, that is the nature of the spiritual knowledge. And we have to keep up the status of it is called that impeccable, realization of the absolute truth which is satisfying, and there has to be more and more uplifted, rewoken, and descended. That is the glory of the second situation. And here we are told that it's not an ordinary thing. Prabhupada said, oh, you cannot do this, or you are in Maya, you cannot get rid of Maya. Just come to me, and obey my command. I will remove within few minutes. Yet how many of us has really gone and situated near Srila Prabhupada and received the agādha-bodham? Savai punsam karo dharmo yato bhakti radakshane ahayuki apratihaya masu prasidati. In self-satisfaction, self to be satisfied. If we worship the transcendent Lord, transcendent, adoption means one which is not perceived through our ground senses. Other means under, aksha means I, ja means anything that has been born out of our sense perception. That will not satisfy because we polluted the senses. The consciousness, which is extremely important, which is divine energy, that is supplied by Paramatma to the ātma, but ātma become enlivened and through the senses goes to sense gratification. So pollution of the consciousness is there. It can be only purified by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So this is a very primary indicator that what one must do to satisfy, even though we follow so many rules and regulations and rituals and tantra, mantra, vishāla. Vaishnava, Gurusya, Vaishnava Gurunasya, Vaishnava Swapachato Guru. Swapachata means the dog eater. He can become Guru. In his conversion to the principles of Vaishnava. Those who are apparently behaving like Vaishnava, but very far away from the cleansing the heart, they cannot instruct. So this is very rare and most important factor, that all the problems which are generated by sense perception or mind speculation, they can be resolved only by spiritual solution. Vyasadeva's senses were never utilized in sense gratification yet. His entire mentality was to help struggling humanity through religious process to fulfill their desires. But these desires are material in nature and conducted under the three modes of material nature. And three modes are very powerful, so again they become subject matter for Brahmanas, for Kshatriya Vaishyas and Shudras. The Panchamveda is said today that it is not accessible to those who have little fund of knowledge. The Śrī Sutra Vedavyasapriya Srutina Bocha. That's why Mahabharata and Ramayana were created. Because otherwise Veda Rucha means the thoughts which are coming out from a huge practice of adherence to the religious principles which are physical in nature. They are perceived through only Brahman, and Brahmans were responsible to make Kshatriya perceive and Vaishyas somewhat. So, the story, Vyāsa, Purana, they were meant for those who have overcome the knowledge, but they cannot accumulate. So, when one is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the table will be turned. The table will be turned around because it gives direct access even to spiritual about the highest philosophical conclusions which are stated in short, like Vedanta Sutras, and they're so condensed. Can you imagine the little Vedanta Sutra which is composed of Janmadhyasya Yataha, 3 words only, can be expanded into 18,000 verses? What a huge and it's such a huge explanation. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, this explanation is told by 12 Mahajans with perfect knowledge of their application. They are Mahajans, great authorities on science of devotion. And they have spoken through the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the glorification, which are transitive to nature. All other literatures have effect of 3 modes of material nature, but you will not find in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, the subject of Srimad Bhagavatam is about Lord Krishna, who has transcendental existence, what it shall be, full of knowledge and bliss. That has to be true. And Vyāsadeva is thus, after the instruction and realization of the message of Narada, is able to do. Otherwise, he became the object of his chastisement. Narada is, what in the world you have done good for the people? You kept them in ignorance simply by providing methodology how to satisfy their senses, and that is material. Listen, very temporary life. So, everything has been borrowed by you from the energy of the Supreme Person. But you are converting, you yourself are converting that into material perceptions. And that is bad. You are taking his potencies to explain. So you are Shaktya, but at the same time, you have been so far misusing his Shakti. And after you do all these things, and somebody comes and chastises you, or will you retaliate? Or not? So much. Who has done more work materially, welfare activities other than Vyāsadeva? No. But still, Vyāsadeva was not satisfied. You know. Why do we have to come on that stage by performing so much so-called devotional service? It is not satisfying. Then we come to the question. But here it is the same situation. If Vyāsadeva has experienced, why not anybody in the material conception world? Vedas are not supposed to fulfill our material desires, even though they are capable to. Even though the Vedic instructions are capable to do it, but they are not meant for satisfying our material desires. And Vyāsadeva became the first victim. He had to acknowledge, yes, he is still in touch with Maya. Right? So Maya dictates, even good mode of goodness dictation. And what is the result of cultivating mode of goodness? What is the result? That binds us in the material world. Knowledge and pleasure. You think you get pleasure, material pleasure, plus knowledge. That is binding. It's not liberating. So one has to rise above the material knowledge and pleasure. It has to come to the point of realization and become detached. So requisite knowledge about devotional service and detachment, these are the two results of Vāsudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janatyasu Jnanu Vairagyam Sattahita. Causeless detachment and knowledge are byproducts of bhakti. So we should never forget this unless and until we try to target bhakti, which is coming along with that you cannot have to gain knowledge about bhakti. It's not a prerequisite. Even virakti comes later. It's a byproduct. You will naturally be detached from your possession, from your influence surrounding. You don't care. Because otherwise there will become obstruction and execution of unmotivated, uncontaminated devotional service. Only that methodology will satisfy the self. So answer was already given by utterance of Vyāsadeva in the beginning, in the first chapter itself. And Sutta Goswami is responding to Samnata Rishi. So, the first chapter is the real, important chapter. of understanding the purpose of reading Srimad Bhagavatam, of performing the devotional service according to these instructions of 12 Mahajans. So, Prabhupada is telling this root cause is not always detected. Root cause is not always detected, even though one may be the great erudite scholar in material knowledge, big pandit, but material Shukracharya, even though he knows Vishnu is the greatest, but yet he hesitates in acceptance. He is not obedient to Lord Vishnu's command. So, this is not always detected. Keep karma, keep avyaktam. A kavi is said to be a very learned person. However, materially conscious. And a PhD, BSc, whatever. Then, in the emergency, his mind is completely unsettled. And it creates problems. He can't decide what to do, what to be done. Because wherever his attachment is, it goes. It can't sacrifice. Even. They become bewildered. They become bewildered. So, it is not always detected. It is good, therefore, to approach the personality like Narada to solve the root cause of all despondencies. And all the exalted personalities coming under the reciprocal succession, from Brahma to Narada to Vyasadeva to Acharya and so forth, cannot forget this cardinal treatment to eradicate the problems once and all. And they always put forward, pushing as the remedial measure, protective measure, remedial measure. So, we must approach a bona fide spiritual master like Narada Muni. But this will be explained in the next verse. Then why should we approach Narada Muni? Why should Vyāsadeva approach Narada Muni? So that is the subject matter tomorrow. So anybody has any questions or comments?
I have one comment. I'd like to remark
Can
about...
you speak a little loud?
Yes, I speak very
I
loud.
forgot my hearing aids.
I'd like to remark about how even activities in road of goodness cannot be knowledge, cannot bring us up. And I just read a remark by Prabhupada. He says, everything done in the year of time is a dream. So unless we wake up out of the dream and enter into Shuddha Sattva, there's no realization.
If Krishna is trying personified, then, but the methodology still remains the same. It is not affected by the time, place, and circumstances. We can chant Hare Krishna mantra anyway. It is not affected by time, place, or circumstances. It may come and go according to the prevailing modes of material nature. But if we consider that, then we are still resorting to the effect of the modes. While chanting is completely pulling you out from the modes. So, that cannot be compromised. After all, it is Krishna. What is the difference between the holy name of Krishna and Krishna himself? No. What is the difference between Chai and Krishna himself? No. It's each other.
But it is like this verse says,
When Brahma uses that word, that time becomes conspicuous by its absence.
But when you're blind, what can you see? Just like you cannot see the black cat in the black room. Those things are there, but unless you wake up to a higher reality, you can't see it. So
We
you have
may be
to
limited.
still.
Yeah, we may be limited. But the application is not limited.
True.
We may be limited according to our bodily conception. We are confined. So we may be thinking little. But Krishna is so much. Everything is contained within him. That personality. That is the absolute truth. ātma-bhava evam vyāsa pandava agādha-bodhaṁ Arjuna, you will never come in illusion again. All these living entities I like, but my part and parcel, they are within me and they are mine. So how can you think away from Krishna or you are not within Krishna? When we are trying to limit our effort, means we are thinking against Krishna. We are not inclusive. We are still outside of Krishna. But Krishna doesn't consider that. Krishna consciousness means Krishna's consciousness. We have to accept his consciousness, which does not limit anything. Everything is inclusive within it. If you understand Srila Prabhupada's achievements, and within 11 or 12 years of short span, how much inclusive he is. And he created from nothing, as if from nothing. Because nobody knows origin of that consciousness. But Prabhupada knows. So, he simply requests us to chant and everything will happen by the potency of cleansing all the heart. So, it's all inclusive. No exclusion. That's called vyāsaḥ. Those who think through the senses, which are polluted already, then naturally their intention is to look something outside of the periphery of Krishna consciousness. Nothing is the smarter thing in Vishnu, durāśaya bahirarthamāni. Bahirartha. Externalities. Yes.
Thank you for the class, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. And I'm wondering, you were making the point that it's really pure devotional service that is this powerful, liberating factor. You know, you gave the example of how many of us have really taken shelter of Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, to that degree where we become fully liberated and not entangled. I may feel that having taken initiation and chanting, being with devotees, that I'm somehow not getting entangled in the modes of nature, despite the fact that I'm not pure. I'm obviously still impacted by the modes of nature. Is there any truth to that idea that because I'm situated somewhere that I'm not entangled, my activities are no longer entangling me with the modes of nature? Is there any truth in that for devotees on the path in the association?
For a material body, well educated by the effects of the three modes, however he may be practicing, but the modes are very powerful, and any sleep can create a great havoc. So it is essential that in the extent of our practice we can teach. If we are not able to experience the unlimited experience, how are we going to preach? This agādha-bodhaṁ, agādha, very deep. And you can dive deeper and deeper and deeper, and you will never come out empty-handed. Those who are standing on the bank and those who are diving deep to get pearls, those who are on the edge, they simply desire to have pearls without diving. Who gets more satisfaction by taking the risk of diving in? We can't stand by the sea and watch. It is not equivalent to getting the pearls. So everyone is supposed to be a diver. Dive deep, and you will realize more. You will get more. It's unfathomable ocean of mercy is there.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for a very penetrating class. Yesterday we brought up the point that why is it that Vyāsadeva is despondent? After all, after compiling all this in the Mahabharata, which specifically has the Bhagavad Gita, which specifically states Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, surrender to Krishna, bhakti-amā, only devotional service can really satisfy someone, yet he's experiencing despondency. So it seems a little bit of an anomaly because he's already aware by what he's presented in Bhagavad Gita of the actual situation. So we discussed this yesterday. I'd like to get your perspective on this.
Yeah. And in 100,000 verses of the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is only a chapter of 700 verses. But Vyāsadeva included. Otherwise, if Bhagavad Gita is coming out without reference to Mahabharata, who would be interested? Can you understand the politics inside Mahabharata? But it is affecting everyone's life. So, Pandavas were selected out because they are devotionally inclined. They see the favor of the Lord and they act accordingly. And especially Yudhishthira, amongst the conflict, he has a very steady mind. He was not the recipient of Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Because he knew. There is an incident when Shakuni and Duryodhana came to Yudhishthira to invite him for the play of dice. They knew Yudhishthira doesn't know how to play, and yet they came because the Kshatriya spirit was being challenged. And Yudhishthira said yes. But Arjuna and Bhishma were highly political. They sensed that we are being trapped by this kind of invitation. So they started arguing with Yudhishthira. The brother, you do not know how to play and how can you accept this challenge? This is a treacherous plan to exterminate us. And they tried to argue in order to convince them. Tell Yudhishthira should tell, no, I'm not coming. Why did you accept it? You want to put us into more trouble? Yudhishthira said, why are you forgetting that we are but instruments in the hands of Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna's desires are there, otherwise do you think any leaf can turn without his desire? So if one is not fixed in Krishna consciousness, resolved, then the mind will be agitated and will try to divert from the course of surrender to Krishna. Even by thinking. So, the lesson is that never to be afraid, because you do not have material desires. And material desires can make any bad thing so much mess that it is too difficult to come out. The remedy is Krishna consciousness, but do you think, let me do first, execute my material desires, and then I will repent later? No. Was it not that yesterday we also taught that we do mistakes and we repent, but we do not forget to do the mistake again. We keep on doing it. And that was a question by Pṛcchāmahe too. So there was one. How come a thief who is going to be punished does not forget to steal even after punishment? Atonement of a material nature is not a counteracting. So, one should atone that awakens the sleeping soul, which is called pṛcchāmahe. So, Swami uses this word, Cheto Dharma is also vimarshana. Unlimitedly keep on clinging. Don't wait and get satisfied. Oh, how do I have to keep on clinging? Apparently you see, oh, I don't have any problems, I don't want to. No, they are subtle, they are unborn. So, that exactly is the requirement, because it's a prime important message. Other messages are corollary. They cannot replace the prime message for that. If the soul has to be conversant with Krishna consciousness, he must do anything at any cost and that is going to resolve all his problems. That is the practical application of chanting Hare Krishna and coming to the point of surrendering to Krishna's desires, not